We all prefer things a certain way, like groceries. If you want groceries just how you like them, you gotta try Instacart. They have a new preference picker that lets you pick how ripe or unripe you want your bananas. Shoppers can see your preferences up front, helping guide their choices. Because when it comes to groceries, the details matter. Instacart. Get groceries just how you like.
Walmart Business is in the business of helping your business. Regardless of whether you're building bridges, building spreadsheets, or building lesson plans. Ooh, that looks fun. Walmart Business can help save you time, money, and hassle so you can focus on what you're building instead of what your supply closet is missing. In short, we take care of business so you can do more with yours. We're the Walmart you love, now for your business. Learn more at business.walmart.com.
Instacart understands that not all bananas are created equal. Some people want them green, some people want them ripe, some people want them ready right now. With Instacart's preference picker now available at most retailers, you can choose how you like certain items, like banana ripeness, deli thickness, even avocados, before your shopper even starts. So instead of crossing your fingers and hoping for the best, you get groceries picked the way you would pick them. It's a small thing, but it makes a big difference. Download the app and get bananas just how you like with Instacart.
Oh, hot, 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 hot! Hot, 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 hot!
Hot topic. Hello and welcome to the Neuro Spicy News Hot Topic.
News, talking about news in your feed on a Friday. It's Neurodiversity Celebration Week 2026.
Well, it's the end of it.
Yeah, surprise.
It's the last day and now we're talking about it.
Yeah, it's not like us to be late to the party, but did you know it was Neurodiversity Week? I didn't.
As of recording, since we're actually recording a week before this episode comes out, so technically it's next week, but as of recording, I only found out a couple of days ago when a friend of mine pointed out that they were travelling to London to do a talk for Neurodiversity Week, and I was like, "What?" Oh, and I had to Google it. I was like, "It's Neurodiversity Week?" And I was like, why is there a week for every brain on the planet? Because people, let me be clear. I keep having to explain this. Neurodivergent, to diverge from the norm, to diverge. Neurodiverse is everybody. Now, originally it was coined as a phrase to describe autistic people.
Yeah.
Then it obviously didn't really make sense because all brains are diverse because everybody is different and that every brain is molded in a completely different way. So everybody is different, everybody is diverse. So neurodiversity includes the predominant neurotype, the neurotypical. Neurodivergent is everything else. And ANT, the term that I coined, which is the alternative neurotype, which people who are born neurodivergent. So this is like three different categories, but essentially two of them, belong in the same one, and one of them has all three, or four different categories. Then, yeah. So honestly, it is funny that they keep doing it, and it doesn't matter how many times people it's neurodivergent, not neurodiverse. They just ignore us, which is my problem with Neurodiversity Week in general, is how it's not really a celebration. It's a chance for a company to put up some posters, to have some feel good, to get some really good PR going, oh, look who we care about. Do you think all the people that are neurodivergent who work for these companies actually feel seen, or are they just paraded out just so they can look good?
This week, in Starbucks, from March 16th to 29th, get your Tism Cup. Tism Cup. Nice and sparkly, curly straw.
It definitely feels like that because people will sell the Tism t-shirts, they'll sell and this is also really funny, is that Neurodiversity Week, if you want to use it in the term that it should be, which is Neurodivergence Week, is come on, people. we have ADHD week, we have OCD week, we have Tourette's week, we have autism week, we have these weeks. It's like now we'll have 1 week where we all get together, and I'm just like, oh my god.
This is giving me the same feeling that I hear when they go, oh, it's Black History Month, and you go, oh, that history only counts for this
every month. Should be Black History
Month. You know what
month.
I mean? It's like, oh, okay, thanks for letting us in the classroom just for these 4 weeks. Cheers, guys. That's sort of how it always makes me feel.
Honestly, I do feel like these things are made by white neurotypicals to make themselves feel better.
It's like we have to have a little bit of representation, but rather than doing it in everyday life, you get 7 days. 7 days just for you. Use it wisely. Have fun. Great. So let me read just an explanation of what Neurodiversity Celebration Week. This is on a website called Mates in Mind. It says it aims to transform how neurodivergent individuals are perceived and supported by providing schools, universities and organisations and others around the world with the opportunity to recognise the many skills and talents of neurodivergent individuals, while creating more inclusive and equitable cultures that celebrate differences and empower every individual. I like your manifesto, guys.
Shouldn't that just
be every day, though?
Week?
Why is it only going to be 1 week? Like, literally, you're going to finish on a Friday, and then as soon as you clock off at 5 o'clock, you're like, nah, fuck it off, back in your box, you.
Just parade them out, just for the week.
Back in the box.
Yeah. It's like, if anyone has ever watched the slam dunk contest at the last few NBA All-Star games, there's this one kid that plays for Orlando Magic. Never actually has played for the team, but he's really good at dunking. And they parade him out every year to do these amazing dunks and win the dunk contest. And then they put him back in his little box where he never plays for the Orlando Magic again. Back to the bench
for you, boy.
He didn't even get in the bench, mate.
They just wheel him out.
Yeah, he's a trickster. He's really good at dunking, and that's all he
bless
is.
him. They just thaw him out for 1 week of the year.
Yeah, just to sell some jerseys.
I've just found a bit of information. According to the website neurodiversityweek.com, it was founded by Sienna Castellon in 2018. Neurodiversity Celebration Week is a worldwide initiative that challenges stereotypes and misconceptions about neurological differences. Again, it goes along the lines of it aims to transform how neurodivergent individuals are perceived and supported by providing schools, universities, organisations and all that around the world. But it doesn't say anywhere how they do that.
But, well, I mean, that's up to each individual company. I definitely get it with my company. They've asked me to do some stuff in the past, and I was like, well, why didn't you ask me last week? Like, why didn't you ask me the week before?
Excuse me, you in the box.
So I literally turn around and go, no, I'm not going to be used. If anybody asks me to do anything, and I'm not having a go at, like, you know, people out there who are speakers who do make money because of this. I mean, it's really great. I mean, you know, cash in while you can, make hay while the sun shines. And if neurotypicals want to pay you to talk about being neurodiverse, neurodiverse, because apparently they don't understand how they think, then, you know, all power to you, you know. But I personally won't do it. I won't do anything. And I kept saying this in the past. I won't do anything just for Autism Week. I won't do anything for ADHD Week, and I won't do anything for Dyslexia Week, and I won't do anything for Neurodiversity Week, particularly because it's that week, except off my own back, which is doing this episode, mocking it, which is fine. That's in my brain.
It's very on brand for us, which is okay. We're allowed to do that.
Why we don't do Neurodiversity Week in Neurodiversity Week.
Yeah.
But also, it's really funny when you say that, because when you said the explanation, it's like for neurodivergent individuals. And there is this misconception of neurodiversity is everyone, as in everybody who is neurodivergent, but neurodivergent is an individual. But then people use individual as a neurodiverse individual, and we use the plural as neurodivergence. So it's a neurodivergent community, it's a neurodivergent experience, but there is neurodivergence is what we have in general. We have neurodivergence. But yeah, it's funny because words do matter. And although I don't find neurodiverse insulting at all, like I find has autism rather jarring. When people say that about me, I don't like that. But that's an individual thing. I don't dismiss people who do want to refer to the tism in that way. Everybody can do what they want, but I don't like the fact that generally, especially in media, it is always has autism, despite the fact that we have, as a community, said stop doing that. Like stop that.
Stop that, please and thank you.
But I do feel like the neurodiversity versus neurodivergence thing is more just like a pet hate rather than a problem. But it's the tism that makes me angry, ironically. It's like, no, it's the wrong word. You have to use the right word. And especially when it's like an international thing all over the world and everybody is doing that. And also I remember one time someone said it's Neurodiversity Celebration Week. And I went, cool, celebration. What am I celebrating? Oh, being neurodiverse. And I went, well, what part of my neurodiversity am I celebrating? So, just neurodiversity. And I went, so do I have to celebrate my OCD? Because it can be crippling. Do I have to celebrate my PDA?
Well, my feet hurt today. Let's put a sparkler in between my toes because EDS. Woo.
Yeah, like what am I celebrating?
Feels a little patronising, doesn't it? In a way.
It should. And I know that it used to be awareness, and I think in some places they still do awareness.
Be aware.
Yeah, and people said, "Can we turn it to celebration?" And I'll be honest, I was actually okay with that in the first place. I was like, a celebration compared to awareness, better. But now I've kind of gone the opposite. Now I'm kind of like, well, I don't want to celebrate it. I want to be proud of it. I want to be proud of my differences, but I don't want to celebrate PDA. PDA fucks me up. So to
be honest, I wouldn't like to celebrate my RSD or my alexithymia at all. Doesn't feel like something I want to celebrate.
My dyspraxia is not to celebrate. My dyspraxia is so annoying, and my freaking tics as well aren't for celebration. And in a weird way, I might actually prefer aware, but I don't know. Let's have a break, and then when we come back, we can try and figure out how to fix this.
We'll have a go. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Paige DeSorbo from Giggly Squad, and today I want to talk to you about Boost Mobile. Quick question, why are we letting our phone bills bully us? Here's a money tip. Stop paying a carrier tax. When you bring your own phone and switch to Boost Mobile's $25 unlimited forever plan, you can unlock up to $600 in savings. That's real-life money, not money trapped in a pricey phone bill. $600 is a trip, a shopping spree, or paying something off. Your money belongs in your life. You get unlimited data, talk, and text for $25 a month with no contracts and no minimum line requirement. Your phone, your rules. Head to boostmobile.com to switch today and unlock the savings you actually deserve. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience lower speed. Customers pay $25 per month while active on Boost Mobile Unlimited plan. Savings claim based on a January 2026 Boost Mobile survey comparing average annual payments of major carrier customers to 12 months on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan. Visit boostmobile.com for details.
Walmart Business is in the business of helping your business, regardless of whether you're building bridges, building spreadsheets, or building lesson plans. Ooh, that looks fun. Walmart Business can help save you time, money, and hassle so you can focus on what you're building instead of what your supply closet is missing. In short, we take care of business so you can do more with yours. We're the Walmart you love, now for your business. Learn more at business.walmart.com.
Welcome back to the Neurodivergent Experience. Happy Neurodiversity Celebration Week! I've just got the image in my head of me now walking into the corner of a table and half the street going, "Hooray!"
So if we if we're not going with celebration and we're not going with awareness, what do we go with? We can do this. I've got it. I got it. Yesterday we talked about accommodating. Neurodivergence Accommodation Week. We get accommodated for 1 week.
Just the 1 week.
Just the 1 week. Well, we only get celebrated for a week, so you only get accommodated for a week.
All those listeners, you're going to walk into work on a Monday and all the lights are going to be dimmed. It's going to be a stim toy on every desk.
Accommodation awareness.
Okay.
So we're not being aware of neurodivergence, but we're being aware of the accommodations that neurodivergent people need. That actually does need awareness. That's the thing that always goes by the wayside. It's not that people can't understand neurodivergence unless they're neurodivergent. They can be understanding of neurodivergence.
It comes from lived experience, yeah.
But being understanding is an accommodation in itself. It's one accommodation. So accommodations is the things that we need from neurotypicals. We don't need a pity party. We don't need, bless. We don't need that crap. Stick that up their arse. What we need is accommodations, and we need awareness for those accommodations, because those accommodations are the law and people don't seem to be aware of them. I know that schools don't accommodate properly. I know that workplaces don't accommodate properly. I know that until I massively complained, and I'm sure a lot of other people complained, airports didn't make accommodations.
No.
We need accommodations more than anything else. Because the fact is I bet you, and I haven't checked this, but I bet you there's a hidden disabilities week. And I'm like, well, isn't that the same feckin' thing? And I'm like, just make people aware of the accommodations that we need.
That's even a great example. You've used the airport, right? Every single plane has the same routine when you get on it, where they do the safety checks and everybody sees it. On accommodation week, I would have people say, and if you are a neurodivergent flyer, here's how we can accommodate you. Introduce it into your safety checks. Explain the rights of the sunflower lanyard and why people need different things, or why people... That's, do it in the moment, educate people in the moment. Like something I was thinking of, if it was like Neurodiversity Celebration Week, there's a golf tournament that's on this Friday. Why don't they have a segment that's 20 minutes explaining how Bubba Watson and Tiger Woods, who both have ADHD, use it to their ability in how they play? Like, that's a great way of educating people in how neurodivergent brains can excel in sports, but then also the effects it can have in life. Like, if, the NBA is on at the moment, what if on the bottom where it goes, here's your height, here's this, what if it puts you neurotype? It goes, Luka Doncic, neurodivergent, and this is why, and how it changes his game, and go into a bit more sort of educationary detail on it.
I mean, I think it's always down to the individual to be like, okay, this is what I want to talk about. This is how I feel about it, because not everyone feels positive.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, the reason I came up with the idea of the alternative neurotype is because it is separate from the conditions. The alternative neurotype leads to a diagnosis of autism or ADHD or OCD, dyslexia, dyspraxia, and so on and so forth. It might be the root cause of those difficulties that as in the DSM-5 conditions diagnosed. So being the alternative neurotype, the result of that and how we interact with the world and how we interact with education and learning styles and things like that, that does lead to difficulties, and those difficulties have names, and those names are in the DSM-5, and those names are what I've just mentioned. So you could go around going, okay, those are conditions, of being an ant, as I call it. But the reason why I would then celebrate being neurodivergent is all of what we talk about, the other side of that coin, the positives. And I see it in every single time I see these conditions, our neurotype being broken into these conditions of like autism. Well, the positives are A, B, C, D, E. And then people go, oh, okay, so I'm ADHD. And then you'll have those people who go, oh, well, the positives of ADHD are A, B, C, D, E. And then I was like, oh, I'm dyslexic. And they say, oh, well, the positives of that, dyslexic people can do all these things, A, B, C, D, E. And when I was researching or becoming a neurodivergent specialist by myself on my own volition, that is the thing that I saw being the most common thing was every single one of my conditions. Every time I would look at the charities or organizations or books or anything about that condition, the negatives were often the same, but a lot of them were differed a lot, But the positives that everybody liked to talk about were exactly the same for every single condition. That was where I first looked at all these different conditions, because I did used to separate them in my head. All these different conditions that I had, every time I heard anything positive about it, they all matched. That was my pattern matching. That's what made me first go, well, aren't all these the same thing then? This is the same brain that struggles in these various different ways, and that struggles is called dyslexia, and the way that my one brain just struggles is called autism, and the way my brain struggles is called ADHD or dyspraxia and blah, blah, blah. But this neurotype is not autism, it's not ADHD, it's not dyslexia, it's alternative to a neurotypical, because the positive things that I can do, neurotypicals can't do. That's how it's different. And then I learned about the synaptic pruning and how that also connects these different brains. Dyslexia has the reduction and the overlap of synaptic pruning, same as ADHD. And I'm sure that if we looked into other conditions, it would be the same thing. And the same as autism, obviously. Those are two major connections: the positive sides of these conditions and the synaptic, the difference in the synaptic pruning process. It is one brain. It's an evolved different brain. It's freaking fascinating. I really wish that somebody would do some research. Maybe Uta Frith could have a freaking look at it. Maybe she needs re-educating. But to celebrate the alternative neurotype, that for me, that pattern matches, because I do want to celebrate having a different brain. I don't want to celebrate the conditions it leads to, but I want to celebrate the positive sides of it.
Yeah.
So if you want to make it into one thing, then just call it the alternative neurotype and then celebrate that.
No, just sort of thinking about that and visualizing it. Yeah, that makes total sense to me. Makes absolute total sense to me. It's got to be an education as well as a celebration. Education is
another good word. Education week.
Well, yeah, like alternative neurotype education week. Yeah, that would make total sense to me, because I feel like that's what these weeks really are for. It's not just a celebration; it's an education. It's to raise awareness and to give a bit of understanding and to create a connection or a conversation that wouldn't happen organically unless, somebody actively goes into a workplace or to a school or whatever. But I don't think that should just be singled down to a specific week. I think there are so many of us within society, and, regarding whoever you read or freaking research you read, that number, in my opinion, is a lot higher than people seem to believe it to be. And it shouldn't just be categorized into 1 week. I think it should be something that should just be a general part of society. And if starting with a week is the start, then that's great. But I don't want to just narrow it down to a week that you and I, as autistic advocates who are within the space, are finding out about it the Friday before.
Yeah, literally. I'm just like, oh yeah.
I wouldn't have even known if you'd not brought it up. And I'm in spaces where you think that this would be something that would be planned and within the making of months and months in advance, not just a newsletter that goes out on the Friday that starts on the Monday.
I do think you make a really good point of that it shouldn't just be a week, because the the positive sides of it being a week is the fact that it's all the attention is on it for a week. Well, I mean, it's not that we even knew about it, but that's the idea. It's like, well, it's good. I mean, for a whole week, people can get educated for a week, and it doesn't mean that the next week they forget what they learnt in that week. So in a weird way, that does work. But the problem with it being this celebration week mostly is the fact that most companies will only put any effort into doing it in that way and that 1 week because that's all they have to do. As long as because most companies, most schools, most of the time, and I don't mean all the time, I do mean most of the time, in my experience, it is about the bare minimum. It's what legally do we have to do? What PR wise bare minimum do we have to do?
It's a HR checklist through the year. Did we do a neurodiversity week?
Yeah.
Yes.
100%. And we shouldn't have to force organizations to do this. This should just be part of the education within the organization. It should be grassroots. Everybody should understand and know about this as part of the internal structure of the school or the business or the airport or the supermarket. And I think that with the lanyard thing, I do think that that really does work. I wish that they would be sort of more understanding about the sunflower lanyard in more places. I think that that's definitely something that I would like to see more awareness and education being brought to the forefront. But I don't see that happen in these special weeks. And I think that yeah, I don't know. I know. I'm out of spoons.
Yeah, me too. Okay, well, this has been your news story for this week. I'm really intrigued to know, have you been celebrating this week? Or have you just learnt about it when we have? Let us know in the comments. I'm intrigued to see your opinions on this. But that has been your hot topic for this week. Ashley will be with you for Mindful Mondays on a Monday, and we will be back with the main show on a Thursday. So be kind, be safe. We'll see you in your feed then. Bye, everyone.
It's a good excuse for cake. I'm eating cake. Nightly, bye.
Thanks for tuning in to the Neurodivergent Experience. We hope today's episode sparked something for you, whether it's a new idea, a bit of validation, or just a moment of connection. Remember, new episodes are every week, so be sure to join us for the next one for more conversations and insights into the neurodivergent experience. If you've enjoyed this podcast, help us grow. You can do that by rating and reviewing this show. Your support makes a huge difference in helping us reach more people who could benefit from these conversations. You can connect with us on social media. Find us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Just search for the Neurodivergent Experience. Thank you again for listening, and until next time, take care of yourself. You're not alone in this journey.
Work moves fast. Every email, report, and proposal counts. That's where Grammarly comes in. It's your one place to think, write, and finish. Grammarly's AI agents help you find natural phrasing, fine-tuned tone, and confidently write wherever you work. It's the premier writing tool that 93% of users trust to get more work done. In a world of generic AI, don't sound like everyone else. With Grammarly, you never will. Download Grammarly for free at Grammarly.com.